Hi Vanner family. So in this video I'm doing a tweak to my second battery setup that I just did a couple of days ago because Los reached out to me and told me there was something I needed to change. So what I need to change according to his our back and forth messaging and a crude drawing that he did, I did my own crude drawing, is I need to take the negative that's attached to the van body, which is my ground wire, and put it on the second battery. And I need to take the negative from the charge controller battery wire and move it to the second battery. And this is so that both batteries were evenly charged. So they'll both evenly charge. So I need to do that now. So I'm going to do that now. One of the things he also told me was that these are maintenance-free batteries, and because they are, I can turn them up on their side. So I'm going to be turning this battery, the second battery, on its side, I think. It still kind of hits this seat belt thing. This thing is humongous. And I know it's because the seat belt is, rolled up in there. I wish I could slide the seat over. I think it's as far forward as it can go, as far as the forward, but I'm going to just double check and see if it is. I'm trying to remember which one makes it go forward. There's like 3 different levers here, and I can't remember which one is the one that makes it go forward. I think it's this one. First, let's lock it. There we go. So it did have enough room to go forward just a little bit more. And I think I did that because of my walkway. But yeah, it's still hitting, so it doesn't really matter. Even that little bit did not help. So I am going to be taking the ground wire off the first battery, moving it to the second battery. And then taking the negative that comes out of the charge controller and moving it to the second battery. So let me just focus on those 2 things. Right now, I'm going to remove the seat belt because it does come off. The seat belt does remove from the wall. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And I think I'm going to turn this seat around the other way because the seat does do a full 360. Well, almost 360. I think that gives me a little more access there than turning it the way I was turning it. All right, so let me go get my, let me pull this battery out. Okay, so this is the second battery. And we're going to take that ground wire out from here, which is on the first battery. So I'm going to pull that first battery over so I can access it and see all the wires that I'm dealing with. I want to have both batteries visual. And I'm going to go get my, what do you call it? The socket that fits this, because I had tightened these up with the socket. In the last video, I went through and tightened everything with the socket. So they're not hand tight anymore. They're a little tighter than hand tight. Not overly tight, but tighter than my hand can do. So let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, I have my drawing and I'll put it on the screen for you to see as well. And I have my little wrench, socket wrench. I guess this is called a socket wrench. I don't know. You guys always correct me in the comments, so I ain't gonna worry about it. It is what it is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take my ground wire off of the first battery. So let's take the I still haven't gotten, and I completely forgot. I went to Home Depot and I went to Lowe's and I completely forgot to get the ends for these. I have got to change these. Yeah, I really do. So let's take this negative off. And I just need a couple and then I can hand do it. Okay. So I'm taking 2 things off of here and adding them to here. So this is the jumper the one that's connecting the two together. So the two batteries, leave that on. Let's take that washer off. Okay, so we're going to take this one off, and it's going to go, and this one off. And this one goes back on. And this goes on, and that goes on. So I took off the ground wire, and I took off the wire coming out of the control panel as well. So we're going to put those on the second battery. And since these two batteries can stand up on their side, I think they can fit in this space. So I'm going to be doing that as well. I was going to wait, but we'll see how they work. I think they'll work okay. Okay, so those two are off, and we're going to put them down here. Let me move you down. They're going to go on the negative of this one now. So my ground will go on the negative of this one, and so will my charge controller coming out of the charge controller. So I want both my batteries to be working together, and I also want them you know, topping up as best as possible. I still have to get a fitting for this as well. As you can see, I just trimmed it and mashed it, and it works, but I need to put an end on here. So I need a whole box of fittings, I think. Just need to invest in a box of fittings, because I'm always needing to put those circle ends on something. I always find myself needing them. So I think I'm just going to invest in a small box to put in my tool, my electronics tool bag, which I need to do a video and show you guys my electronics. I never showed you my leftover electronics tools, I don't think. They're not in my tool bin, which I will link at the top, the tool box video, so you can see what tools I have in the reorganization of the toolbox. Those are two different videos, so I'll link both of those. But I need to show you my electronics bag. I have a little bag that I have all my electronics type stuff in, wires and, you know, fittings and stuff, which I don't really think I have any big fittings, obviously, because I would be using them. But yeah, okay, so let's go inside and see if anything changed on the charge controller. Make sure I'm still putting out what I'm supposed to be putting out. I will reconnect this, what do you call it, the cable for the inverter. Really can't wait to put ends on this, because this is the thing that scares me the most about my setup, are these ends. I feel like these can just pop off at any time. Everything else is, you know, down, clamped down, but these scare me. I feel like those things could just go popping off at any time, so they scare me. I really want to get these ends cut off and get the circle fittings put on them. I do not like it. So since I can put these on their side, actually, let's turn this around. Let's turn this way if we can. Yeah, let's turn it that way. So I'm going to put this one on its side here, and then this one next to it on its side. So let's do it. Because these have no, you know, there's no liquid in them. So slide it over. I'm going to have to shorten some of these cables, I think, eventually. The only reason I left some of these cables at their full length is because this is not my final battery configuration. I do plan on getting the same battery that I had in Cardinal, which is a 200 amp hour Renogy battery. I want that battery again. It was a really good battery. I love that battery. So that's why I left all of these cables the length that they are, because of that. And I know that I'm going to do that. So there's no need in me cutting these cables really short to accommodate these batteries. And then in a few months, or, you know, within the next 6 months, I'm going to get that battery and then be like, great, now I've got to get all new wiring. So I don't want to, you know, compromise, you know, that. So that's why this is the way it is. All right, so this is still not letting this go back as far as it can, because the way this stupid clamp is. Okay, can we clamp it this way? Yeah, that'll do it, I think. Yeah, I gotta make sure this clamps. See, if I had my correct fittings on here, I wouldn't be worried about this stupid clamp. It wouldn't be giving me a hard time. So I want to make sure it is not going to come off with any kind of movement. You know what I'm saying? No, 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 no. Alright, so that one is standing up. Now, can we put some of these wires? This wire can go back there. This wire can come over and tuck there. Okay. And now this one can go on its side as well. Because remember, I have a chair that sits in this wheel well, so it'll butt up against the chair. So it should be fine. I want to bring this over. It's a pretty short wire. Bring it over like that. Bring this one over like that. Bring this one over like that. And we're gonna bump this. Maybe turn this. Oh my gosh, do you guys hear those kids screaming in the background? I don't know what they're doing, but apparently they're having a good old time. Alright, so that should not interfere with my chair rotating, I hope. I wonder if I should still put this on there. I don't know. I don't even know if it'll fit now. Okay. Let's see if the chair moves. I think it's still going to hit when I go to turn it this way. But at least it gives me some of my space back. I honestly don't even think I like it that way. I think I'm going to leave it this way. I think I'm going to leave this one turned this way. I don't think I like that one that way. I've got to figure something else out for these two batteries where they're stored. I still think I might put them up in the windowsill in the box. I don't know. Alright, so this is good for now anyway. Alright, let's go look at the charge controller and see what's going on there. So, when I first did this, it was at 12.8 and 92%. So let's check the percentage. So we're at 95% and 13. So I'm good. So hopefully now this will make sure the batteries stay topped up evenly. Both batteries are getting what they need. So yeah. That works. Thanks, Los, for letting me know that I needed to do that. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And don't forget to sign up for texts because giveaways start this week here on YouTube and over on Patreon. I'll see you next time. Enjoying the videos? Then give a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and comment. Support future videos on Patreon for just $1 a month. And text Vanner Fam, all one word, to 703-783-3232. Mwah! I'll see you next time.